weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton, and he's got room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, it's Hampton. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And now the first throw of the night is taken in, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Up the middle they go. Hampton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Ready, play.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 9 now. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Strong. And he's got his big tight end here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on second down. Strong toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Strong. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams
With touchdown number 8 on the year. Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. And it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark from 10 yards out.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
10, 52 blaster.
And here's Marshall. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
On the set.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Yellow. Drill green. Ready.
Looking to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Back to throw. Strong.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
It's another first down, as this time they get an even 20.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
73 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
They'll run on first down. Hampton. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down. Strong. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Warner getting the sack.
Badgley able to knock this one through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Yellow, go! Smash, red! Ready?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
picked by Kenneth Murray, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong. And Shark calls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
2nd and 1. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now flags will come in, and I think this is against the Saints up front.
Let's go.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. A final shot before break. Strong. That is caught. It's Williams.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete.
That's good.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This is Marshall. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On a jet sweep, here comes Chark.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
On 2nd down now, it's Hampton. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd down. Strong. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got it at the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 67 yards. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Dillon.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
A 10-yard pickup. It's 2nd and goal. At the 2-yard line.
Now Marshall. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, they didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4th-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So the 3 points there in CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
75 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. He'll drop to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Kenneth Murray gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's taken on the 25. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hampton, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
And the Lions first down.
Looking to throw. Strong. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 2nd down, it's Hampton, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Badgley's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Ready, set.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
8 yards on the pickup.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run with Marshall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Blue striker. Striker.
Now back to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 30 yards.
Field black. Field blue. Field yellow.
He'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll look to throw again. For Marshall, that's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On second down now, it's Hampton.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. It got his man complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards.
First down, Detroit.
They'll run on first down. Hampton. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Red, cycle.
Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. He's got a man complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League.